Catherine Aragon here, talking about how you can develop your unique style as a content writer. As a content writer, one of your biggest assets is your personal style. But where does your style show up in your content? How do you actually define it? Well, there are a few things you can look at. For instance, that first sentence. How do you get people into your article or content? What is the format that you use in the introduction? How is the article structured? How is the topic developed and ideas presented? And how is the article drawn to a close? What do you do to leave people, and where do you take them when it's done? And then finally, what is the call to action? But the devil is always in the details. Those other things are kind of a high-level picture of your style, but what it really boils down to is this: your verbs. That is the most powerful element in your personal style. And strong, active verbs are going to help people really catch on to how you talk and who you are. Really, the choice of your verbs is a big deal, and it's a big component of your style. Another element that is really easy to identify with individual writers is the simplicity or complexity of your sentences. Now, personally, because readability is such a big issue these days and fewer people are actually reading, I would say don't use any more complex sentences than you need to. Keep it simple. But if you're gonna go complex, you need to use punctuation correctly, because that's gonna help keep things readable. And then another element of your style is the length of your sentences and paragraphs. These days, to be easily readable on the web, I always opt for short. But when I'm writing a book, for instance, I may go with longer paragraphs. It's just white space helps keep things accessible, so you don't want to have these gigantic chunks of text. Now back to style. Your unique voice, the way you think about things and express yourself, that's really a very big element of your style. So always write like you talk and never show off. Anytime you draw attention to your personal style, you are actually taking away from the message, and that's a big no-no. That's actually poor writing. So never let style trump clarity or communication. Now, how do you develop your own personal style? Well, you copy someone you admire and then adapt it to your own. Now, here's how you do it. Find somebody who you love. Find somebody, it could be someone current, it could be someone historical, but who writes similarly to you, where it feels like you could probably adopt some of their things without it showing up as an adoption. And find something that they do that you could do better. Perhaps you already know what you need to work on. Maybe the trouble is you've got weak verbs. You're looking for how to strengthen your verbs. Find someone who's doing it well. Study how they're doing it. What seems to be their little go-to tricks where you find you have trouble, and then start trying to do that very same thing in your own writing. Remember, it must fit your own style. It can't look like you grafted in somebody else's style. So already you're going to be doing some adapting. But work on integrating it into your style until it's totally you. Until it's no longer an adaptation. It just fits into what you do. Then look at the next element of your writing that needs improvement and go find somebody else you can copy. Remember, copy and adapt. Never just straight copy. Bottom line, as I mentioned before, style should never trump the message. You want clear, concise sharing of your ideas. Style is not really the focus. It's more the icing on the cake. And it happens naturally in your first draft. Your own voice, your own style is going to come out. But you use your editing to refine it. And most style edits, to be perfectly honest, are simplifying and reducing what came out naturally in your first draft. You generally don't try to add style. You just try to clean it up. Now, great writing is one idea expressed in a logical flow of ideas. Focus more on your ideas than on your style, and your writing will be there. The style, remember, is your icing. It's what makes the reading fun. But never put your style above your message, or people won't even want to read what you're doing. That's my quick tip. Enjoy.